Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual on Firstpost, where we get you the 50 top headlines from across the world. I'm Alison Lagrange, live from Durban, South Africa. Let's begin. Now, Russia has conducted strikes against Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv. 15 explosions rocked the city. According to local officials, the strike killed at least 7 civilians and 16 others were left injured. Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called the attack extremely cruel. He also expressed his frustration over insufficient air defense systems from Ukraine's Western partners. According to North Korean media, a Russian delegation held a meeting with North Korean officials in Pyongyang. The footage released by the media shows the Russian delegation, including the Russian ambassador to Pyongyang, greeting the chairman of North Korea's Supreme People's Assembly. The talks between the delegates of two countries focused on boosting cooperation. Now, it's the second day of China's large-scale military drills around Taiwan. Now, Beijing has labeled the military exercises a punishment for separatist acts. Chinese state media reported mock strikes by fighter jets encircling the island. The drills follow the inauguration of Taiwan's new president, Lai Ching-te. Beijing calls him a separatist. And Britain's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak made a gaffe on the first full day of his election campaign for the 4th of July elections. Sunak was being given a tour of some brewing facilities in Barrytown in Wales. There he asked the brewery workers whether they were looking forward to the football this summer. It seems he forgot that Wales has not qualified for the Euro 2024 tournament. Sunak's Conservative Party trails Labour by around 20 percentage points in opinion polls. A helicopter with 6 passengers on board made an emergency landing in India's Kedarnath state after facing technical glitches. The chopper could be seen spinning uncontrollably as it landed 100 meters away from its helipad. All the passengers escaped unharmed. And now for updates from India's parliamentary election. Now, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched his campaign in the Congress party-ruled state of Himachal Pradesh. 4 parliamentary constituencies in the state will go to polls on the 1st of June. The Prime Minister will visit the Mandi constituency, where the actor Kangana Ranaut is the candidate for his Bharatiya Janata Party. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister criticized the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab during his campaign rally in the state. He said that the state government is in debt while the drug trade is flourishing in Punjab. 13 parliamentary constituencies in Punjab will go to the polls on the 1st of June. And India's Home Minister Amit Shah took a dig at the main opposition, the Indian National Congress Party. He said that India's former PM from the Congress, Indira Gandhi, had given a slogan to eradicate poverty. But Shah claims that the party did nothing for the poorer sections of society. Abhijit Gandopadhyay, the BJP candidate from the Tamluk constituency, Now, Abhijit Gangopadhyay, the BJP candidate from the Tamluk constituency in the state of West Bengal, has approached the Kolkata High Court against an order by the Election Commission of India. The order barred him from campaigning for a period of 24 hours. Gangopadhyay has alleged that the poll panel had tarnished his image with the ban. The poll panel had pulled him up over a derogatory comment that he made against West Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Now, violence has erupted in West Bengal's Nandigram town ahead of the sixth phase of voting in the state. The killing of a BJP worker has ignited widespread protests. Protesters burned tires, blocked roads, and forced shops to shut down. The BJP alleges that its party worker was killed in an attack by criminals who were backed by the state's ruling Trinamool Congress party. The attack reportedly injured 6 others as well. Now, the Congress Party's General Secretary, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, had held a roadshow in the state of Haryana to garner support for a party candidate. The rally was her first election outing in Haryana. The Congress leader talked about high inflation and unemployment during her rally. The Congress Party's Rahul Gandhi also criticized the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. He accused the party of wanting to tear and throw away India's constitution. Gandhi said that this election is a fight to save the constitution. Now, the remarks were made during campaign rally in Delhi yesterday. Meanwhile, the former Congress chief, Sonia Gandhi, had launched a video message and reiterated the party's poll message. Gandhi said that these are very important elections to save democracy and the constitution. She said that this election is being fought on issues such as unemployment and inflation, among others. Now, the campaigning period for Phase 6 of the election ended yesterday. In this phase, 56 constituencies across 8 states and 2 union territories will be up for election. Now, including all 7 seats in the capital of Delhi, the voters will seal the fate of 899 candidates in Phase 6 of the parliamentary election. Now, the mercury is expected to soar as all 7 parliamentary constituencies in Delhi go to polls this Saturday. The temperature is expected to touch 45 degrees Celsius. The Election Commission of India has outlined its arrangements for Delhi. The preparations include establishing shaded areas, fully covered waiting zones with coolers and fans, and ensuring the availability of drinking water, among others. And moving on to climate change now, scorching heat waves have killed at least 9 people in the Indian state of Rajasthan. 4 people died in the Balotra district and another 4 in the Jalore district. Now, 1 death was reported in the city of Jaisalmer. Now, parts of Rajasthan have been witnessing temperatures as high as 49 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, hundreds of people across Pakistan have suffered from heat stroke. Several have been hospitalized due to extremely high temperatures. Pakistan officials have advised people to stay indoors and keep themselves hydrated. Heavy rains have once again lashed the state of Rio Grande do Sul in southern Brazil. Yesterday, the state's capital, Porto Alegre, had seen more rain in 12 hours than it usually receives in a month. Massive floods had struck southern Brazil earlier this month and killed nearly 100 people. Flood relief operations have been ongoing, but they were hampered due to the fresh bout of rainfall. Now, 5 German climate activists are facing charges of forming a criminal organization. They are members of the German branch of the organization named The Last Generation. Prosecutors said that the charges relate to what they called attacks on several oil refineries in the state of Brandenburg. The incidents include protests where the group attempted to switch off oil pumping stations. Corals in Thailand East Gulf Coast, which were once vibrant and colorful, have turned completely white. And this is a phenomenon that is called coral bleaching. Scientists say that this is due to rising sea temperatures. The sea temperatures hit a record-breaking 32.73 degrees Celsius earlier this month. Now on to business and tech news now. James Gorman, the executive chair of the investment banking giant Morgan Stanley, has announced his departure plan. Gorman will leave the firm by the end of this year. He has served at Morgan Stanley for nearly 2 decades. Gorman worked as the CEO of the banking giant before assuming the chairperson role earlier this year. Now, the U.S. Justice Department and 30 states have sued the entertainment firm Live Nation and its unit Ticketmaster. The lawsuit alleges that Live Nation and Ticketmaster have monopolized the live events industry. It claims that Ticketmaster controls over 80% of concert venues and ticketing in the U.S. And they allege that the firm has illegally inflated concert ticket prices and deprived artists from getting live event opportunities. Meanwhile, a group of American businesses have sued Biden administration. They are seeking to block a new rule that mandates overtime pay for workers. As per the rule, if an employee works for more than 40 hours in a week and earns less than $1,120, then the employer has to pay the worker an overtime compensation for extra work hours. The businesses argue that this will force many smaller employers to cut costs and layoffs. Now, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has said that plane maker Boeing faces a long road to address safety issues with their jets. The comments come days before Boeing is set to submit a plan to address its manufacturing problems. Earlier this year, Boeing was asked to submit a plan to address systemic quality control issues, and this was after a mid-air door panel blowout incident involving Boeing 737 MAX aircraft was reported in January this year. Now, the U.S. Stock Exchange has been allowed to list spot Ether exchange-traded funds, or Ether EFTs. An EFT is similar to a mutual fund, but it can be traded on a stock exchange. Its price is linked to the cryptocurrency Ether. Now, Ether EFT allows people to invest in the cryptocurrency without directly buying them. Now, this comes in less than 6 months after the U.S. market regulator approved Bitcoin EFTs. Tesla's CEO, Elon Musk, has said that he does not support the tariff on Chinese electric vehicles in the U.S. Earlier this month, the U.S. sharply hiked tariffs on imports of Chinese electric vehicles. President Biden claimed that it was to protect the U.S. auto industry and its workers. Now, Musk says that he wants no tariffs and no incentives for electric vehicles. Meanwhile, Tesla has reportedly started production cuts at its plant in China. Tesla plans to reduce production of its Model Y cars by at least 20% during the second quarter of this year. Now, this comes amid slowing demand for Tesla cars in China, its second largest market. Tesla faces intense competition from domestic rivals like BYD. Meanwhile, American chipmaker NVIDIA has reportedly reduced its prices in China to attract customers. NVIDIA chips are being sold at over 10% discount. The firm faces competition from Chinese tech giant Huawei. Meanwhile, Chinese authorities have asked local firms to use domestically produced chips. NVIDIA's share prices surged by over 9% yesterday, and this added over $200 billion to the chipmaker's stock market valuations. The share prices surged after the firm reported strong first-quarter earnings. NVIDIA's profits jumped by over 60% in quarter one. It was driven by the high demand for the firm's data center chips. And Google is reportedly planning to make its Pixel smartphone in India. The US tech giant has tied up with Taiwanese electronics manufacturing Foxconn for this. Foxconn will likely manufacture Pixel at its factory in South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. Currently, Foxconn assembles Apple's iPhones at its facilities. And moving on to some sports news now, we start with cricket. India's cricket board, the BCCI, has denied claims that the former Australian cricketers were approached for the job of India's head coach. Now, this comes a day after Ricky Ponting said that the cricket board's officials wanted him to take up the job, but he declined. Now, Justin Langer, the coach of the IPL franchise Lucknow Super Giants, made a similar claim. The BCCI's chief selector, Jay Shah, has said that the information was completely incorrect. Now, Team USA beat Bangladesh by 6 runs in the second T20 international match yesterday. The US put up a target of 144 runs in the first innings. The skipper, Patel, led the charge with the bat and struck 42. Bangladesh fell short by 6 runs. With the win, Team USA have clinched the series 2-0 with one match yet to be played. And Sri Lankan cricket officials have said that the country's T20 league will go ahead despite the arrest of the team's British owner over the alleged match fixing. Now, it was uncertain whether the tournament would be held after Tamin Rahman, the owner of the Dambulla Thunders, was stopped at the airport in Colombo and taken into custody. The tournament organizers have said that new owners will be taking over the team. In football, France's top goal scorer, Olivier Giroud, has said that he will retire soon. He said that he will not play after next month's European Championship. Giroud has made 131 appearances for France and was a key part of the World Cup winning squad in 2018. Now, during an interview, he said, and I quote, "This will be my last competition with Les Bleus." Now, in England, Manchester United, Harry Maguire was officially ruled out of the FA Cup final yesterday. United are set to take on arch-rivals Manchester City on Saturday. Maguire hasn't been in action since the 27th of April after sustaining a muscle injury during a training session. His omission has put his participation in the Euros in doubt. Now, in England, Manchester United, Harry Maguire was officially ruled out of the FA Cup final yesterday. United are set to take on the arch-rivals Manchester City on Saturday. And moving to tennis now, men's world number 1 Novak Djokovic has entered the semi-finals of the Geneva Open. He defeated Dutch tennis player Talon Griekspoor 7-6, 6-1 in the quarterfinals yesterday. Djokovic will face Thomas Machac of Czech Republic in the semi-finals. And tennis ace Rafael Nadal has been handed a tough draw for his opening match at the French Open. He is set to face the 4th seed Alexander Zverev of Germany. Zverev enters the tournament in red-hot form, having won the Italian Open recently. However, Nadal holds an impressive record of 112 wins to just 3 losses at the tournament. And in badminton, Indian ace shuttler PV Sindhu is through to the quarterfinals of the Malaysia Masters. She defeated the Republic of Korea's Sim Yoo-jin 21-13, 12-21, 21-14 in a clash that lasted almost an hour. Sindhu will next face the top seed of China's Han Yu for a place in the semi-finals. Now, the podiums for the upcoming Paris Olympics have been unveiled. The podiums are made from French wood and recycled plastic. This is a part of the Paris Olympics Committee's plan to organize the event in an eco-friendly manner in a bid to reduce carbon emissions. And in entertainment news, actor Chris Hemsworth has got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Los Angeles. The Thor star was with his Marvel pal Robert Downey Jr. by his side. Hemsworth thanked his family who were present at the event, and he especially thanked his wife for sacrificing her own dreams because of his busy career. And French actors Adele Exarchopoulos and Francis Civil appeared in the red carpet for the premiere of Beating Hearts at the Cannes Film Festival. The actors were joined by the film's large ensemble cast and director Lelouch. Beating Hearts is one of the 22 titles vying for the Palme d'Or prize. The police raided American rapper and singer Sean Kingston's rented mansion in South Florida and arrested his mother on charges of fraud and theft. Now, Kingston was not in his home at the time of the raid. Authorities refused to say if the 34-year-old artist is also a target. An attorney for the home entertainment company said that the arrest stems partly from Kingston's failing to pay for a television system. Now, the performances for Stranger Things, The First Shadow, playing in London's West End, has been extended to 2025. The tickets for the prequel to Netflix's Stranger Things are now available through February the 16th. Previously, the show was scheduled to run until mid-December of this year. And the much-awaited Beverly Hills Cop sequel called Axel F has dropped its official trailer. The Eddie Murphy movie is scheduled to release on the 3rd of July. The film has been in and out of development since the mid-1990s, but got a new life when Paramount licensed rights to Netflix. A new trailer for Tim Burton's sequel to his hit Beetlejuice is out. The film, called Beetlejuice, brings back the actors Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara to reprise their roles, and it also introduces new characters played by Jenna Ortega, Monica Bellucci, William Dafoe and Justin Theroux. The movie is scheduled to release on the 6th of September. And Netflix has released its viewership data for the second half of 2023. The dystopian thriller Leave the World Behind turns out to be the most watched film and title overall on Netflix globally, while the anime-inspired live-action series One Piece led on the TV side. Netflix's engagement report reflects viewership on the streamer from July to December 2023, covering 99% of overall views. And Louis Vuitton unveils its latest fashion designs in Barcelona. The 2025 Cruise Collection features clothes with drama to match Antoni Gaudi's architectural masterpiece. The French designer Nicolas Gacher's collection was unveiled before an A-list crowd, including actors Ana de Aramis, Jennifer Connelly, and Ronan. Now, the White House hosted a star-studded state dinner for the Kenyan President William Ruto. The guest list for the event had up to 500 people. The diners included the actors Burton, Sean Penn, Vilma Valderrama and Michael Cole, among others. And country singer Brad Paisley headlined the U.S. President of Biden's state dinner for his Kenyan counterpart William Ruto at the White House. The Howard University Gospel Choir also performed at the event. Both musical performances were a tribute to Ruto's musical interests. And that's all we have on today's Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Firstpost. Firstpost reports